be away from her. Can't we just let him in the house? Yeah. What's this guarded whack job? That man.
Seriously. So she nurses on fingers.
This is Noelle. And that is Maurice. And connected to Maurice is my dearest friend, Samantha Bell, who does many things in the world of rescue, two of which are sitting with us. These are her fosters. Although I think now Maurice has a home, does he not?
Maurice has a great home. He's
With
staying
you.
with me.
Ah.
He's staying with me.
But they're both amazing little kittens who, and of course Noelle will find a beautiful home as well.
She has one.
She does.
She has one.
You're
She's-
adopted.
Yep,
Thank
we're
God,
just waiting.
because I think you're adorable and you can't come home with me. So I want to talk today about what happened with some of these kittens that came with us on the trip to Boulder. So as we were preparing to do this transport, the Kitten Express, Sam said to me, you have to pay attention to the berries. And the berries were these 4 kittens. And of course, they made the trip with us and we concentrated on them very much. But Sam is here with me. And Sam, you made me focus in on these 4 kittens. Although there were 60 of them on this trip, those 4 became special. So why did they become so special?
So, Cathy Berry was one of my best friends. And she was a volunteer at Best Friends. She was a donor at Best Friends. She was a donor at she donated so many rescues all over LA. Her life was dedicated to homeless cats and kittens. And she was in the nursery all the time. That was her happy place. Well, Cathy had cancer for a couple of years and she passed away September 15th. And on September 16th, she passed away on the 16th. And kittens came into the nursery on the 16th, the day she passed away. These kittens, brand new babies, into the nursery. And the nursery team, they loved Cathy so much. She was there every single week, probably twice a week, feeding these bottle babies.
Wow.
Even to the end, till the last month of her cancer. She was in there. She said, that is my happy place. You know, that I'm
She
not...
actually went to the... Oops, sorry. She was actually in the nursery even though it was towards the end of her life.
Yeah, her last month.
Wow, man.
Yeah. They brought life to her. That was her true happy place. And the nursery staff, the nursery kittens, just everything about the nursery she loved. So these 4 kittens came into the nursery the day she passed away. And they named them after her. They were the Berry kittens. Yes. And, Berry Bowl, Berry, and they all had a berry in their name for Cathy Berry. And it was sort of, it's definitely a tribute, but it was just something that would mean so much to her to know that these kittens were safe and they were named after her. And so I wanted to let you know because I heard they were going to go on your amazing transport.
Well, what's funny is that it didn't even take, the staff and the volunteers who were there that day, everybody knows the berries. Everybody was like, these are, you better, everybody here is special, but the berries are special.
Gives me
And it just goes to show you how much Cathy touched everyone's lives in that place. Everyone knew her.
The volunteer that fostered them, Cheryl, she was a friend of Cathy's, and she wanted to foster them because they were named for Cathy. Yeah. And it was just such a group effort. There was so much love. It was such a difficult time, but the amount of love that I felt with those volunteers and the staff and the fosters and the kittens and everything, it's exactly what Cathy would have wanted her legacy to be and how to start that way.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing when you think about it is that a lot of people think about volunteering. Okay, I'm giving of myself. I'm giving of my time. I'm giving of whatever funds or whatever. But to think about Cathy in that nursery in the last month of her life, saying, no, this isn't about them as much as it's also about me. It's about what sustains me in these times.
Make me cry.
That's really beautiful.
Try not to cry.
You're going to make me cry.
I know, because it really is beautiful. And her whole life was dedicated 2 homeless cats. Everything she did. You know, she had her job, but her happy place was volunteering. And I first met her. This was in 2013, and I was a cat caregiver, and I was cleaning kennels, and someone said, "Oh, this is your first Sunday. Sundays are the best. The Sunday crew comes in on Sundays." So I was like, "What's that?" They're like, "Oh, these 4 women, they come in, they make the place look amazing. They change out all the bedding. They make all the bedding look beautiful." And it's all the things that the staff doesn't, like, we're going to do the bare minimums. We're going to get every cage clean, every cat fed, every cat medicated, but we're not going to coordinate the bedding so that it looks nice. We don't have time for that. And they would come in and do that, and they would clean that place. It would look beautiful. And that's how I met her. Didn't know she was also a donor. Here's this donor, like, scrubbing and cleaning and doing the laundry and all these things. And then I got to know her, and it would be as I was cleaning, she'd come up and she'd talk to me, and we'd see a shy cat, and her presence, I just felt she loved the shy cats, the ones that were under their blankets, the ones that were in the back facing the corner. I'm gonna cry right now because she was so good with them. And eventually I became cat behavior lead, and I was able to dedicate my time to those cats. And she became my volunteer in a way.
Oh, is that how you became close to her?
Yeah, and that's how we became close, is she started working with all of the shy cats, and, she'd report to me. It was so cute. She sent me an email. She was in there after her job probably 3 times a week, Sunday mornings and then twice during the week, and she'd be like, "Who do you need? I got him." And I was like, "This one's hiding, that one's hiding, this one." And, of course, I was working with them too, but then there were some that I would just give to Cathy. And what is so amazing is that when our manager would ask, can we pull these cats? Do you have the capacity? I would say yes to behavior cats because I knew I had Cathy and Jenny. Jenny was like her best friend, and Cathy and Jenny would come in with their wands and their treats and their clickers. I taught them the clicker training and everything. And it's just so cats' lives were directly saved because I knew Cathy would be working with them.
Well, no wonder. No wonder the Berries had to go.
Yes.
And believe me, like I said, there's 60 of them.
Yeah.
And yet the Berries always found their way to somebody's camera or to somebody's seat or to somebody. And when we got to Boulder, it was like, these are the Berries, So Cathy's legacy followed this entire trip. And before you leave today, I'm going to show you one of the Berries in their new home. So that'll be fun. We're gonna have a little convo with somebody in Boulder. Where one of the Berries are. Now, I wanted to go through some of these pictures.
Yes, Cathy
with you.
pictures.
Cathy pictures. Okay, so here's what I want to start with. There's this series of pictures here where she's all masked up and running around to cars and to this little whiteboard here. What is this? What's going on? The Kitten drive-through?
Yes, that was our first COVID event. It was our first COVID adoption event. And we decided we had so many kittens, nobody could come into the building. So we did a kitten drive-through in our parking lot, our staff parking lot. We had all staff move. We created these lanes, and people could literally drive their cars, and there were just cages after cages of kittens, and they'd roll down their window and look at the kittens. And I don't know how many, by the end of the day, every single kitten found a home. But Cathy was so excited. So see, she was not only great with working with the shy cats, she was also out there like finding the kittens homes too. And she just takes charge. She's brilliant.
You can tell just looking at these pictures is that it comes through that she had this sort of like, what do you want to call it?
I see the energy. I see the passion. I see the smile behind the mask that you can't see because it was COVID. This was innovation right here. We were getting cats into homes without contact with, doing it outdoors, an adoption that's like drive-through.
Yeah.
It was such an exciting moment, and you can just see it in her. Just the way she's walking. She's holding a little sign over there.
And this is somebody who had been doing volunteer work for quite a while.
Yeah.
So, for someone to, and think about the possibility of the opposite of just, we're in COVID now.
Yeah.
We are run down.
Yeah.
We are exhausted.
Right?
And then you have somebody like with this energy to say, it was important for everybody back then. I mean,
it was.
Because it was such a gut punch to rescue in general,
Yeah.
So, okay, I wanted to ask you about Now, of course, we see her in all of these
Parties.
these black tie things. I see her here with Kitten Rescue.
Yep, she bought a table at the Kitten Rescue Gala every single year. There was a Cathy Berry table, and this year she was unable to make it. She was still here, but she was unable to make it, so I went in her place.
Yeah. I mean, this
I was Cathy.
actually, we
talked there.
Saw each other
I
there.
was telling you.
And now we see her volunteering. This was after a hurricane?
Yeah, this one. I love this one. Hurricane Harvey. So as soon as Hurricane Harvey hit in Houston, Best Friends was there, like immediately. And I was in the second group of staff to go, which was, like the second week of this. And Cathy, her own money, flew down there to help the staff and help those cats that were displaced by Hurricane Harvey. We had hundreds of these cats. They were so nice too. I was so surprised. I was like, you were just on a roof floating by, and you're in a cage, and these Texas cats are resilient.
Yeah.
But she flew, took time off work, flew there. It was tough. It was grueling. It was hours upon hours, and no one would ever know. Like, this is one of our donors, like you would never know that. She was there putting in the hard work and cleaning, and so many friends were made, like so many friendships were made in Houston.
That's amazing. The thing that because I've known you for a long time, and I've known you as someone who has always been this sort of, what do you want to call it? Like a light bearer in rescue. And it's amazing to hear you talk about somebody who was your light bearer, you know what I mean? Who fed your soul so that you could do something like this.
Yes.
So.
She wasn't just my light bearer. She was almost like a mentor to me in just human behavior in a way. I just thought she was just so smart and so strong, and so she lived life in a way that I look up to, and I always will. And she taught me how to be stronger, because I have always been a light bearer, but I always haven't been strong enough. And Cathy she taught me how to be a stronger person.
Was she volunteering for rescue before you were? Oh, okay. So she's been in it for a long time.
Yeah, she was there before me.
That's amazing, to think about how badly we, as people in rescue, need people like Cathy to pull us along a lot of times. And that's amazing that you got to be there for her. I know. And it makes it a beautiful thing that they're really, these little fur balls are a legacy and a symbol, right? A symbol of like, it was amazing because you didn't tell me immediately about these guys. And then when you did, it was this, well, of course, of course we get to get them where they need to go.
People were so excited. They were so excited about the transport in general, but knowing that the Berries were part of it made a lot of people happy.
Well, wait till you see. It'll crack you up when you see the footage of Minu and Nicole and me like in a plane. Yeah. Now, I have a surprise for you. And the surprise is that we have one of the Berries and their brand new Boulder Guardian on Zoom ready to meet you. Are you excited?
Yes, let me try the tears.
So,
yay, how exciting.
Let's go meet Breezy and her Berry.
Breezy.
Her name is Breezy.
Berry.
No, the human name is Breezy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
human
a cool
Breezy.
name.
I know.
That's a very Jackson Galaxy name.
I know, right?
Breezy.
Breezy and her Berry.
Oh,
let's go meet them.
I love it. I can't wait.